Hey everybody, hi, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. This is the Penny Bunny live stream and we have 158 people watching. Hello. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick look at this. This is breaking news tonight. I'm on camera because you said you wanted me on camera. Look at my hair, okay? I look an absolute mess. I've been out all day again. Hello, orange nails. Hello everybody, welcome to the members, welcome to the moderators, our amazing mods, our amazing members, all of the new subscribers, all the old subscribers, everybody, welcome to the live stream. Right, I'm just getting comfy. I'm on my bed. I haven't got my desk organized yet or anything. So okay, please hit the like or the dislike. If you don't like me, I won't be offended. I've never had orange nails before. It's a new color for me. It's neon. I hate being on camera, but people seem to like it. Don't know. Right, can you, Jane, could you please put subscribers on but no minimum, and could you please put a delay of 30 seconds? We'll see how we get on. Thank you, Jodie. It's a bit jazzy, isn't it? I've never had orange before. My nail lady got it in just for me. I just have them gelled. They're my nails. Okay, so we have, thank you, Catherine. I do like a bit of bright. Hello. Right then, this is breaking news tonight. We've got the wrong bloody name on it. Doesn't matter. We have breaking news. Well, thank you, Julie. Julie, I'm still waiting for your CV, darling. I'll still give you 1 penny, says Bill Tone. Well, with this messy hair. Thank you, Julie. Oh, thank you, Jane. Right then. Hello, Ellen, darling. Hello, everybody coming in. So tonight, this is just broken tonight. I don't think it's been on the mainstream media yet. I've just been having a quick look around the alternative media, which is where we're going to get all of our stories from. I know, but I like it. I like bright. So we have this. This is just broken now. Matthew McGreevy has broken his silence. So it says exclusive: Phillip Schofield's gay lover breaks silence over affair on This Morning. Now, as we know, he hasn't said anything. Hello, Mima. Hello, everybody coming in. He hasn't said a word until now. So this is getting interesting, isn't it? So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to go through the latest news on Phillip Schofield. Then we're going to be having a look at Eamonn. We're going to be just breaking it down a little bit, Eamonn's interview as well. But first of all, this is breaking news. And then obviously we've got the Parliament getting involved as well. So I'm going to tell you exactly what the process is and what they can do at the select committee, who are the people that have called them there. It's basically the MPs. Okay, the runner at the centre of the Phillip Schofield scandal has broken his silence on the affair with the former This Morning presenter. Political Light can exclusively reveal. And I am going to be doing my part 4 video as well. I just haven't had a chance to get it going because I've been out, so apologies for that. Despite claims that he was groomed. Now, this is worrying. I'm thinking that Matthew is still under this NDA, okay? Because it goes on. Despite claims that he was groomed, a representative for McGreevy told Politicalite last night that he never wanted his relationship with Mr. Schofield to be made public. Now, we know that he was paid and we know there is an NDA in place. Is he saying this because of the NDA and he's playing it down and he's waiting for that to end and then he's going to come out? We don't know. I fully support him. I fully support Matthew. Okay. I cannot stand the pair of them. He has long idolised and cared for him, which is what Matthew's representative has come out and said. Okay. Welcome everyone coming in. Contrary to some of the rumours, he never threatened to sell his story. And no, he didn't. I can vouch for that. Everywhere I've looked, I've found no evidence that he's ever threatened to sell his story. And it says to the media or anyone else, and has kept the relationship private. He does not want any harm to come to Mr. Schofield. This guy is clearly groomed, in my opinion. Okay, that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. Sue me. Completely brainwashed. Like, his actual words are, he's idolized him. He is highly vulnerable and is finding this situation deeply distressing, the representative went on. Last week, Schofield admitted to the affair with a younger male. So Matthew McGreevy is vulnerable and he's come out and denied the affair. What are people saying in chat? Well, he's not denied it. He's denied he was groomed. I just don't know. I've been told it's July, but he's came out and he's still defending him. And you heard the words. The words were, he idolizes him. He is clearly still besotted with him. Now, is this because of the NDA? Is this because of that? And he's got to say that? Or, oh, thank you, Sharon Love. Or, genuinely, is he just so, like, completely, like, taken by him? I just don't know. Let me know, what do you think, guys? I don't understand this. Oh, thanks. No, I've had it tied up all day. I've had my hair tied back and I've just got home. I think you're right, Johnny, not Powell. I've just got home and just let it out. I've been bowling and stuff. Johnny, not Powell. It's Stockholm syndrome. I think you might be right. I agree, Smiley. Yeah, we support you, Matthew. All right. Matthew, I think, is it on the news now? Is it, Daniel? Sorry, Teresa. Personally, I hope that once this ends, this NDA ends, that we are going to get an exclusive in the Sunday papers. There is more to come. There is more to come. I agree. Let me know whether you believe. We did not think it was the other penny. What do you mean? Let me know. Hello, everybody coming in. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys believe that Matthew was groomed? Because I personally do. The fact that he's still defending him is concerning. Hello, everyone. I think he was groomed. Let me know in the comments and let me know if you're watching on the replay. I do, but everyone's opinion's welcome. Everybody's. 11111 says Peaky Blinders. I normally am, to be honest. Well, I would never boast. Well, you are spot on. Yeah, I believe he was as well. I really, really do. So this was the breaking news this evening that he spoke out. The fact that he spoke out is good. It's positive because it means that people are in touch with him. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't know whether this is true, but I reckon that the representative is most likely going to be Ruth. Now, that's just my guess. You know, is it Ruth? Because we know that Eamonn has said that Ruth is in contact with Matthew. So there's a good chance that they are that's who is relaying stuff back. Oh, thank you, Jane. You know, it's just, oh, thank you, Jill. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Anyone that's coming in, please hit the like or the dislike if you don't know what we do. Okay, it's okay. All right. Right. I will drop the link again. I will. Okay. So we've also got now I broke this news during my live stream last night. Ah, Steve, you're cute. I broke this during the live stream last night about he's being dropped as an ambassador, but I will still go through it now. But doing a bit of research, he is still involved with other charities. One of them is called the Chiltern Centre, that I've discovered from research. It hasn't been put out publicly, but I've found out that he was giving money to the Chiltern Centre, and it is another children's charity. Is it a coincidence that this always around children? I don't know. We've all got our own thoughts, haven't we? We've all got our own thoughts. I just think it just seems coincidental that there's always children involved. But anyway, disabled children as well. So we're still working for a disabled children's charity. Okay. So this was the news that we broke last night, but I'm just going to say it quickly because in case anyone has not seen it, that he has been dropped by the Prince's Trust. So he can't. The Prince's Trust spokesman said, in light of Philip's recent admissions, we have agreed with him that it is no longer appropriate to work together. Schofield is in a group photo, which is still on the charity's website, featuring the King and other celebrity ambassadors. But it will likely be removed in the coming days. Oh, thank you, babe. And if you notice as well, if you go onto the Phillip Schofield website, that the website's back, but the This Morning page is blank. Thank you so much to Lovely Jubbly for that super chat. So kind. Thank you. Thank you. If I miss any, Jane, would you please apologise on my behalf? So we've got that. So now what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick look at what's going on in Parliament. Okay, God. I don't really want to be on camera. I hate being on camera. I really hate it. Right, so basically, regarding hello Batman, hello everybody coming in. Regarding Parliament, now I don't understand. Right, okay, what I'm going to do, I did explain this a little bit the other day, but I'm going to explain it again. All right, because the other day there was so many things going on and I don't think I explained it very well. So I'm just going to explain it quickly. Oh, in a minute. Okay, thank you, guys. Guys, I'm not fishing for compliments. I absolutely have no, anyone that knows me, Jane, will tell you I have no confidence at all. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tell you now exactly why this came out, because I don't think I explained it very well. And this is all in the, you can get records of this. It was in the Mail on Sunday. What happened was the Mail on Sunday, everyone, this has been an open secret in the entertainment industry about Matthew, because at the 2020 NTAs, he blurted out his love for Phillip Schofield, as we know. Anyway, it's been known. They all knew about this. And even the newspapers knew, but there was this NDA. So the Daily Mail went to Phillip Schofield a few weeks ago. I think it was about 4 weeks ago, maybe not even that, 3 weeks ago, and said to Phillip Schofield, they said, we have got this story. We are going to run it. We're not going to name the person, okay, Matthew. We're not going to name him, even though he's already named everywhere. We're not going to name him, but we are going to run this story. Now, what the media will do, they will get in contact with you before they run it. So they will say, look, this is going to be run. Do you have anything to add before we run it? And usually people will come out and try and defend themselves, and then newspapers will often spin it. But anyway, so I think it was it Julie Hind? It was one of the Mail on Sunday reporters, and they went to Phil and said, we're going to run this story. And Phil immediately said, it's not true. Because if you remember, when Phil came out last week and resigned, he admitted the affair. And if you remember, his exact words were, I apologise for lying. And people didn't understand what that meant. What happened was the Daily Mail said, we're going to bring this affair out. And Phil categorically, just 3 weeks ago, denied, Phillip Schofield, 3 weeks ago, according to the Mail on Sunday, denied that he had the affair. He threatened the Mail on Sunday with lawyers, and we're talking big, big lawyers in London. He threatened the Daily Mail, he threatened to sue them, and he denied it. Right. So Philip got in contact with Matthew McGreevy just a few weeks ago. I don't know how he got contact with him. Nobody knows, whether it was through friends or what. I don't know. He got in contact with Matthew and said the Mail on Sunday are, they are literally knocking on the door now, and we need to keep on top of this. And Phillip Schofield actually hired some really, really expensive lawyers. I did have the name somewhere. All this is in an article. But I'm just, and instead of reading it, I'm just going to give you what happened. He hired the lawyers, and we're talking big money. And then he said to Matthew, sit down with these. If it does come out, I've denied it, but if it does come out, then this lawyer I'm paying will help you manage it coming out. So even now, a few weeks ago, he was still controlling Matthew. And he gave Matthew, he gave him the lawyers. Now, Matthew sat down with said lawyers a couple of weeks back and said, what he did, he said he can't hold it in anymore. He's been living with this. And instead of helping the lawyers deny it, he actually told Phillip Schofield's highly expensive lawyers, actually, it did happen. And I'm not holding it back any longer. So Phillip Schofield's expensive lawyers, who were hired to help Matthew keep this under wraps, went back to Phillip and said, well, he's told us the truth now. They can't lie. He's told us the truth now. So then Phillip was forced to go to the Daily Mail last weekend and say, the weekend before last, go to the Daily Mail and say, look, I lied just a couple of weeks ago. I did have the affair. I'm sorry for lying. That is why it came out now, because people are saying to me, like, someone just asked the question, why is this coming out now? That is why it's coming out now. Phil was so arrogant and so narcissistic that he thought that because the Mail on Sunday were knocking on the door and they were going to blow it, and he was deny. And he went to Matthew and still controlling that lad and said, here you go, nice lawyers, that do as you're told, and we'll look. Because Matthew doesn't want this coming out because he's so fucking fucked up in the head from it all. It's sickening. It makes my blood boil. All right, I'm a mother of an 8-year-old boy, and it makes me sick. So that is why it's come out. It wasn't meant to come out. It was meant to stay under wraps. Phillip Schofield never expected this to come out. Now, when it did come out, he thought, I'll get away with this. We'll keep it under wraps. But then people started coming forward. And you've got like Eamonn Holmes. Now, Eamonn Holmes has played an absolute blinder, because he could have come forward months years ago, and he didn't. He left it. And he literally, the timing of Eamonn Holmes doing what he's done is spot on. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to have a quick look at what's going on with it's going to be in Parliament, which was the story that I wanted to talk about. And then what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick look at the Eamonn Holmes documentary. And there's a few interview. There's a few things that I do want to I picked up on that I just wanted to speak about. So I'm just going to grab an article up here. Now, this is how serious this is now. This is really, this has gone to now the Parliament, the select committee that they're going to be going towards are MPs. And they have to treat it like a court of law. And I don't know if people realise how, serious that is. They have to lie. They have to go on an oath. Boris Johnson recently had to put his hand on the Bible when he went before is it the Home Affairs Select Committee or one of them select committees? And sorry, I'm just getting this article up now, and they're going to be going before them. And what ITV have done yet again in their arrogance, their absolute arrogance, ITV are not sending one of the 4 top dogs at ITV. They're sending a relatively new, it's the Guardian. Sorry, guys, but I have to get what I can. You know, I want to give sources out. I don't just, even though it's just fucking Guardian. So even though they're sending this executive, this new executive, right? They're sending an executive. The executive only started last year. She's not yet. She won't attend. Carolyn McCall will not attend. Martin Fitzel will not attend. They are sending an executive that is new. Oh, thank you, Mary. Oh, thank you, Brum Vixen. And me, darling. Thank you, sweetheart. They're sending this executive that wasn't even there when this happened. He wasn't even at ITV. Now, the Home Affairs Select Committee, that's the right one, I think it is. They have the power of the court, the same power. So if they want to, they can demand that one of the others, the other 4, attend. They can actually summon them. It's serious shit. Oh, thank you, Mary. Thank you, sweetie. So it says here, total and utter indifference on behalf of the ITV share price today. I know it dropped yesterday, despite the UN formally designating this morning a failed state. Sorry? The UN? As you might be dimly aware, the daytime show is in disarray, to the point of anarchy, we know this. Unable to control its populace and beset by previously spurned warlords making significant territorial gains across the border from GB News. This is the Guardian, remember, so it's, you know, just expect some sort of lefty, I think I'm all that article, written article. So the share price stability is the best news ITV has had all week. But then it goes on. We've now heard, hang on a sec. We've now had Eamonn Holmes deliver, this tickled me. Eamonn Holmes has delivered a landmark drive-by in which she explained how Thursday nights were playtime for Phillip Schofield and his young lover. Yeah, playtime. But we'll get onto that after. We'll go on to that. I want to get into the Parliament that he's going to be going to Parliament. Let me just see if I can get it up on this article. I thought it was at the end, but it looks like it's not. Okay, here we go. So Nadine Dorries, who I think she's standing down as an MP, she's come out and said that Phillip Schofield was rude to her as well. There are some really lovely people getting involved with this, speaking of which we've heard plenty of it from Nadine Dorries. So here we go. It says here, people apparently find it easy to obsess over unwise but not illegal things that happened on daytime TV, but hard to maintain interest in the fact that at the last count, almost 60 members of Parliament were facing claims of sexual misconduct. So basically, The Guardian has used this as a way to get in at the government, which isn't what we wanted to hear. Right, the Telegraph is here, but I think you have to pay. It's fucking ridiculous. So here's the only article and grab on it. Bear with me, I'll get GB News up in a moment. So ITV to face grilling by MPs over Phillip Schofield affair. A parliamentary select committee are to quiz the broadcaster about its handling of the scandal involving the former This Morning presenter. Personally, guys, I believe that Phillip Schofield should have to go before the MPs. I don't know about you, but you got old Doris Johnson. He's got to go before them, and he's not even there anymore. So let me know, what do you reckon? Give me a 1 if you believe that Phillip Schofield should be going to the select committee before the MPs. Let me know if you think he should, because I do. I'm just trying to grab this article up, just bear with me. You let me know what you think. We've got lots and lots of 1s. Do we have any 2s? We have 1, 2 from Cosmic Wartoad. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And 3 if you don't know. 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, Just ones. I'm just looking at the chat on my phone. Lots and lots of ones. Schofield should. I honestly believe he should. I really, really do. Right. So the reason why I believe that they're doing this review now is purely because we've got a 2. Sorry, we've got a 2 from Eamonn. Oh, this heart thing's dead duty, isn't it? This, I don't know. Has everyone got this heart in the chat? I don't know if it's just a premium thing. 3 police first. Possibly, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get that. Excuse me. But if it's about the broadcaster continuing, then that's urgent. And I don't think this morning she'll be back on air. Holly's back on Monday, apparently. I don't see, but anyway, just catching chat. Thank you for everyone for being here. 804 people watching. I really appreciate every single person here. Okay, so it looks like Phillip Schofield has just been dropped by some more people. This is breaking news. I'm trying to find some more information on the Parliament, but I'll if I find it, I'll let you know. But as I can let you know now, I can't find the article, but I can tell you now that they are going to be put before them, and that the top ones are refusing to go. And there's talk that the MPs will force one of the 2 top ones to go, which I think they should. So ITV has launched, which is what we wanted, an external review to establish the facts about its handling of a relationship between Phillip Schofield and his colleague. So isn't it funny how ITV just up till yesterday was saying, oh, thank you, I've got a new video coming out soon. Isn't it funny how they were like, we've done an internal review, it's done. What internal review did you do? Well, we asked them. We asked him, and we asked him, and he said no, and he said no. There's nothing to see. That isn't an investigation, but they were standing by that until yesterday, and all of a sudden, Parliament are getting involved, and it's, we're going to do an external investigation now. The corruption and the arrogance and the narcissism of these people, these TV executives. Now, I'm gonna when this story, when we've done as much investigating as we can, I'm going to start going a little bit further into who these people are, these executives, and who's beyond and who's funding them. Because remember, ITV is a private company. Want me cuppa, bunny cup? Right. Okay. Here we go. The letter was sent to Culture Secretary Lucy Fraser. So this is tonight. Okay, this has happened tonight. This is following on from the news that Parliament are now going to be involved with this. So the letter was sent tonight to Culture Secretary Lucy Fraser. I think that was the Nadine Dorries before, wasn't it? And she stepped down. The DCMS committee chair, Dame Carolyn Dinigage, and Ofcom's chief executive, Dame Melanie Dawes. In the wake of Schofield's exit last week, it mentions a significant media coverage concerning Phillip Schofield and adds that, as you would expect, thank you, Mia, we take the matter extremely seriously and have reviewed our own records over the weekend. All of a sudden, it's extremely seriously. Just put the link in for that. If you're watching, you want to find out where I'm reading from. Oh gosh, you're not seeing it, are you? Apologies, guys. Not very good, is it? Can't get stuff, can you? Right, that's better. So the letter was sent to Culture Secretary. So this is breaking news, folks, as we thought. Not only are Parliament involved, now ITV have now announced that there's going to be an external review, which we knew was coming. Now, people were calling for this 7 days ago, and now all of a sudden it's like this emergency that needs to be done because Parliament are getting involved. And for people that are saying this story, it's a non-story, there's nothing to see here, that's not true. The more pressure that we keep on this, the more alternative media are talking about this, the more that mainstream media will talk about this. And look what's happened. It's got the attention of Parliament, of MPs. This is not going away, Phillip Schofield. No, no, no. And his last ditch attempt to try and bury this is to go to Matthew McGreevy and get him to play it down. But the fact that Matthew has broken his silence today is a good thing in a way, but not good that he's saying, well, we didn't want it to come out and it didn't groom me. Yeah, I'm sorry, but and it actually says in that article that Matthew is very, very what was the word? Vulnerable. Now, thank you so much, Garden Room. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Now, Dr. Ranj, as you know, they've all been lining up. They've been lining up to get the boot in. I was suspicious of Dr. Ranj because why would he just come out of nowhere and say, yeah, they're toxic in there? I thought, you're trying to get ahead of something. And then we've seen that last night. Now, the letter also referred to other stories about this morning, including allegations of a toxic culture by DJ Dr. Ranj, a former presenter on the show. Is something about him. He was pushing the old prick as well when the old plague was going on. The show's former resident doctor has hit out. And he also, can I just add, sorry for stopping, Dr. Ranj, guess where he comes from, folks? The BBC. He was on the kids thing because I've got a little boy and he used to watch CBeebies when he was little. And Dr. Ranj used to be on there doing this doctor program where the little children that were about 5 would go to Dr. Ranj with their problems and they hurt or they're ill, and Dr. Ranj would sing, and it was so painful, excruciating and fake and Tipex teeth and all that shit. And I thought to myself, there's something wrong with you. You're just a weirdo, right? And so he's another BBC TV person. Okay. So we were sorry to read this statement, which is what ITV have said about Dr. Ranj's statement. We are fully committed to providing every opportunity for anyone who works with us to raise any concern or comments they may have. Following the complaint by Dr. Ranj, where was you 3 years ago, Dr. Ranj? We appointed an external and independent advisor to carry out a review. This external review found no evidence of bullying or discrimination. So they've already done an external one, apparently. So they've just announced it tonight. We're going to do an external review, and now it's already been done. Amazing. This is just gets better, doesn't it? So Dr. Ranj has just literally come out of nowhere. Have you noticed how nobody at ITV has acknowledged Eamonn Holmes, which is the big elephant in the room? Dr. Ranj makes a few little comments about toxicity when we had photographic proof, which I'll grab up in a minute, that Dr. Ranj was with Matthew in 2017 and calling him a stud. Dr. Ranj, apparently his complaint got put in the ITV letter, but Eamonn Holmes' 3-part interview where he actually reveals way more didn't. Honestly, it makes my blood boil. And that Holly, the arrogance of her as well. Vile people. So we've got another story here. This is on GB News. 3 more brands shun the ex-ITV presenter. Don't let Dr. Ranj take. Yeah, there's something about. I'm telling you, I'm not accusing him of anything. All right. Thank you for the super sticker, by the way. I'm not sure if I said it. I'm not. Look, I'm not accusing Dr. Ranj of anything. Right. But I just don't like him. Something about him is swami, and I don't know, something not right there. Okay. So I'm just going to quickly Go and get your cuppa on just while I grab some ink up. Welcome to everybody who's here. I really appreciate you guys for being here. I was going to have a night off tonight because I've been out all day. And I thought, you know what? I'll jump on because there's things going on. So, right. I'm just going to see if I can get this tweet up. Just give me a sec. Okay, so most of you would have already seen this. So the Dr. Ranj tweet. I'm going to get that up when I've told you about this. So, 3 brands shun Phillip Schofield. Who is it going to be? Disgraced former presenter. Is the cult like it is on GMTV? Disgraced former presenter from this morning, quietly abandoned by wine, gin, and used car buying brands. Now, we know that We Buy Any Car got rid of him. Was it September last year? They got rid of him. Brands that once profited from Phillip Schofield's image are quickly distancing themselves from the now disgraced former presenter. Firms are cutting ties with him. Now he's left ITV with immediate effect. It says here he's 61. I thought he was 63. Am I getting it mixed up? In the wake of the unfolding controversy, used car buying company We Buy Any Car have been careful to surreptitiously, I know, wash their YouTube page of any Schofield ads. Lol. And subtly scrub their social media clean of the presenter's image. And remember that he stopped doing their ads for them in September 2022. But his previous ads that he'd done were still on the YouTube channel. They've gone and scrub. They're not stupid, are they? Over a 5-year partnership with the brand, Schofield was reportedly paid $1 million a year to front campaigns for We Buy Any Car, many of which have aged poorly, such as those that encourage the public to be more like Phillip Schofield. Do you remember those ones? Be more like Phillip Schofield? I don't blame you for scrubbing your bloody internet, scrubbing your YouTube channel either. Referring to Schofield as the most loved man in Britain, one We Buy Any Car ad showed a statue of Schofield being unveiled, prompting one of the actors to ask, why is he topless? To which the voice replies, who cares? Do you remember these guys? I remember them. The brand allowed Schofield's contract to lapse last autumn. Yeah, I was right. It was September. Around the same time, he and co-host Holly Willoughby hopped the 14-hour queue. Remember Queue-gate for Queenie? The 14-hour queue was to see the Queen line in state. The scandal prompted the public to poke fun through We Jump Any Queue jabs. Though a spokesperson for We Buy Any Car at the time says the decision was made prior to that. Yes, of course. Yes. Any evidence of the partnership was removed this week. So it's like he never did anything with them, anything whatsoever. There's a little birdie out my window. So Schofield was also dropped last night, as we know, from the Prince's Trust. So we've also got a wine company and a gin company. They're dropping like flies. It's a sinking it's a sunken ship. Phillip Schofield brand is a sunken ship. Right. How are we getting on? What are people saying in chat before we move on to the next story? And then we're going to be looking at old Eamonn's interview and that strange comment about Matthew got through money. I don't understand why, but he got through a lot of money. That didn't make any sense. Yeah, the Prince's Trustee went. We did report on that last night when it happened. Yeah, thought for the day: be more like Phil. Maybe don't be more like Phil. So I just want to see what else. Oh, okay, right. The TV presenter had previously featured in a Craft Gin Club promotional video, most of which can still be found online through some. Though some appear to have been taken down or had public access blocked. In a similarly silent disassociation, Sustainable Wine Company, when in Rome, which partnered with Schofield on a boxed wine range, has removed Schofield related products from its website. See ya. See you, motherfucker. Sorry, guys. I don't like him. So it launched in 2020. So that's been 3 years. What's this? Schofield's Goon was deemed so low quality that it was widely mocked, axed by Waitrose, this is that wine, in October and deemed undrinkable by Jeremy Clarkson in December 2022. So there you go. There you go. Things aren't looking good, are they? Yes, Toodle Pip. Toodle Pip. Phil. Hello, Susie, love. Right then, 909 watching. Please hit the like or the dislike. And I really don't want to be on camera, but I know you guys seem to like it. I don't know why. I hate being on camera. Right then. So the next story I want to get on. Hello, welcome everyone coming in. I know we're a bit later than we have been, so I'm not sure whether many people know we're on. But I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's here. Oh, someone just bought a carrot. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. How kind. If anyone's just donated, thank you. All of our donations go to the Bunsters. Okay, thank you. And thank you to our members. Right then, so what we're going to get up now is... okay. We're going to get on to Eamonn Holmes. Now, I've just seen something. Oh, thank you, San. We're very down to earth here. We're all mates. How do you buy a carrot? Or you can do a super chat, or Jane will drop the links, or PayPal. It all goes to the animals on here. And just want to say as well, for the couple of trolls that keep saying, you're making money off this story. You're making money. No, I'm not. All of my content on Phillip Schofield isn't monetized. It's demonetized. Okay? That's a fact. I'm not going to prove it. I'm not going to put my fucking shit out. Sorry. No. But it's demonetized. Okay? So this live stream, the last live stream, all my videos, don't make a penny. It's not about money. But if people do want to send a couple of pounds or whatever, totally up to you. You can join the membership, but at least you know where it goes. To the animals. Right. Okay. Now look at this, folks. Politicalite. 19 seconds ago. So you get it all here. You get it all here. Kerry Katona is going to be on... Look, is it Dan Wootton? She's going to be on Dan Wootton. I'm not on here for money, though. I'm not on here for money. Oh, I know what you're saying, guys. But honestly, but I'm not on here for money. That's the thing. Tell them to shut the fuck up. That's just me being brutally honest. Demonetized anyway. It just makes me laugh when they say, you're making money. I'm not. They are jealous, yeah. But I'm actually not, you know. Yeah, Kerry Katona, guys. You heard it here first. Thank you. That's very sweet. They are jealous, yeah. I don't care. They're jealous. But anyway. Pay her for a Coke. You couldn't make this shit up. I'm the most boring person. I've never done drugs in my life. I don't even drink. I'm so boring. I sniff a lot because I've got a sinus problem and I need another operation. I drink tea, but there you go. You carry on. Knock yourself out. Right, Kerry Katona is set to break her silence. They're all coming forward now. and set the record straight on that infamous interview on This Morning, in which Phillip Schofield used her medication to smear her and cause a massive press storm. Gosh, that was a long time ago. This Morning guest presenter, loose women panelist, and Schofield's arch enemy nemesis will break her silence on toxic ITV in a live interview. She's going to be live, not pre-recorded, around 10 o'clock as ITV launches an external review. Here we go. You heard this here first. Tonight, GB News. I'll be putting the link in. If anyone can drop the link for GB News in case there's people that don't know what it is. This is going to be tonight. So we've seen the Eamonn interviews, which we're going to have a go through now. And then tomorrow we'll go through, where are we now? Yeah, we'll be going through this tomorrow night. Okay. So there's old Eamonn. There's Dr. Ranj. And I'll get that tweet up in a minute as well. Sorry. I don't like this guy. Something about him, isn't there? Let me just see what people are saying in chat. What do you think of Dr. Ranj? Oh, sorry, I've just missed a super chat by Alex. I'm so sorry. Have you seen the video of Phil and Holly's interview? I have. It was sent to me a few days ago. I just haven't. I've had so much going on. I haven't played it, but now apparently everyone's uploading it. Yes, I have seen the video. It's the irony, yeah, definitely. And also what he did to David Cameron. Yeah, doctor my ass. But thank you so much for that super chat. So kind. Hello, Mouse Nation, sweetheart. How you doing? We need to meet up soon. Okay, I don't like the doctor. I'm not going to accuse him of anything. It's easy for you guys in chat to accuse because you're not on camera. You're not on the microphone. You're just a person in chat. So it's much easier for you to say, oh, I think this person's this or this person's that. And that's fine. You're okay to do that because there is a disclaimer on this channel that whatever people say in chat is not necessarily the views of me. But I'm just going to say, I think he's a wrong 'un, but I'm not going to say what I think, why I think he's a wrong 'un. I've been following Brian Harvey for many, many years. I was in love with him. I touched his hand in 1994 at Party in the Park at Cannon. Was it Cannon Hill Park? Can't remember what it's called. In Birmingham. There you go. And I've been following Brian Harvey for years. I stopped following him because he started getting too obsessed with this Phil Maloney and all this paperwork. And he was just having breakdowns in the job centre. And I just unsubscribed. And apparently he's still going. Brian Harvey speaks a lot of sense, but he also speaks a lot of... He ruins it for himself. I would gladly interview Brian Harvey. He sung Happy Birthday to me a few years ago. I think he's great, but I was in love with him. I just think he gets too carried away, you know? But he's got mental health problems, hasn't he? Oh, did you, Brum Vixen? Right, before we move on, I just want to show you something, okay? I threw my pants at him. Well, do you know what? I was only 14, but I would have threw my knickers. The Parliamentary involved, you've missed that bit. MPs are going to grill ITV on this, okay? So you've missed that bit. One of the select committees that are all MPs, E17, Graham, that are all the MPs are going to be grilling ITV about this whole debacle, and ITV are refusing to send the main top dogs there. They're sending an executive that only joined them last year, who wasn't even around when this was going on. Now, most of you will have seen this, but some of you may not have. So let me just grab this up. Okay, so this is posted up on my community tab. But for those of you who haven't seen it, this was in 2017. Now, there we go, right? 24th of the 8th, 2017. Dr. Ranj, apparently he came out in, I'm told, 2009, though I can't confirm that because I like to do my research and give you exact sources. But I've been told it's 2009, though it is not confirmed. Hang on. So if he was gay here, now there is Matthew. Matthew would have been 2017. He'd been there about 2 years. So he was in a full on, by this point, he would have been seeing old Phil. And Dr. Ranj just hanging out at the studio with the resident stud this morning. Stud. Now, we all know what stud means. Now, stud could be a hottie, or we all know what, in the rabbit term, a stud is what you use to mate with female rabbits. So if you want to have a litter, you'll go to a stud. I'm not blurring it. It's already blurred. You go to a stud. So stud could mean he's just good looking, or stud could mean there's actually a stud. Yeah, I think this is massive as well. But we're not allowed to. Well, I personally can't make any accusations about Mr. Dr. Ranj, but I will say that this is in the public domain. For those people that start crying, you're being nasty. It's in the public domain. And then he goes on at Matt McGreevy. Now, this screenshot was taken back when this link was clicky, as you can see. Now, if the more recent screenshots, it's not clicky because Matthew deleted his entire social media because of the NDA. Hashtag blue steel. Does anyone know what blue steel means? Because I don't. Does anybody here, like, you guys help me out with the hashtag banana? What does hashtag blue steel mean? Let me know if anybody knows. Yeah, stud can mean big boy. It can mean hottie. It can mean good at shagging, shagger. This is an 18-year-old boy, 19-year-old boy here, lad. He's not even old enough to have a pint. It's off a film. Oh, yeah, Blue Still's a film, but what would this be in reference to, do you reckon? Kid needs police protection. Usually, Rebecca, yeah. So, and then it says, Matt McGreevy, Blue Steel at Gay Times Mag. Now, does he look like somebody who was concerned that they're in a toxic atmosphere, or does he look like he's pretty much enjoying himself with the when was it, 2017? So he would have been 19. He was born in 1996. Matthew was. So why can't I count? Because I'm so tired. Yeah, so it would have been what, 21? Yeah, sorry, thank you. 21. So, this poor kid, he must have been at this morning for at least 3 or 4 years then. Just look at him. He's gross. He is gross. He's a herbal version. Interesting, Terry. Thank you for this. Blue Steel is a herbal version of male enhancement, as in Viagra. Oh, really? So, because obviously he's not talking about the movie. Now, if you look here, let me just get Terry's comment up there. If you look at Terry's comment there, he's put hashtag Blue Steel and a laughing emoji. Now, this to me explains why he was so quick out the traps to say, that was no pun intended, so quick out the traps to say, yes, ITV are disgusting, ITV are toxic. And why would he come out the blue? No one even knows who he is. I know who he is because he was on CBeebies with the kids. No, 21. So I'm sorry, but I'm not falling for this one. I don't think he's no victim here. Is as bad as the lot. Anyway. Right then. So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to get on to those interviews with Eamonn Holmes. So what we'll do tomorrow, we will go through the Kerry Katona interview that will be on tonight. So I'm just going to grab these up. So just bear with me, guys. I'm just going to grab the interview up because it was in 2 parts, wasn't it? Anyway, how's everyone doing today? This story is not going away, is it? It's just not going away. It's just horrendous. Right. Is this part 1? 21 hours ago. That would have been part 2, wouldn't it? So we want part 1. Honestly, having to look at all these news articles with his mug is making me feel sick. Can't find part 1. Here we go. Here's part 1. 1.2 million views it has. I think I watched this twice. So what we're going to do, we're going to get this up now, and I'm going to just go through it. Most of you have seen it. Some of you might not have. I just want to break it down. I'm just finishing my last bit of tea. Okay. Yeah, I had to watch this twice because I just couldn't more is coming each day. That's why I'm going. That's why I'm doing extra lives, guys. I've been out all day, but here I am. Okay. So fair use. Okay, we do fair use on this channel. I'm crediting this is the link. Hello, free speech love. This is the link. I'm sharing out where it's come from. Credit to GB News. I'm going to be pausing for commentary. So this is not my content. I do not own this, but I'm using it under fair use, fair dealing laws in the UK. Here we go.
So Phillip Schofield today has said that there was no toxicity at this morning, and that if anyone is saying anything negative about the management on that show, it's simply because you have some sort of vendetta. What's your response to him?
My response is he's either deluded or he's lying, and he has admitted he tells lies, and he tells a lot of lies. And in life, I've always had this belief that a lie unchallenged becomes the truth.
That's true.
So although I don't want to stand up to Schofield constantly pointing out where he's lying, I feel I have to. Is he delusional? Does he imagine or is he so detached from real life at this morning that he didn't realize what was going on?
I think he's so narcissistic and egotistical that he's completely gone. He doesn't even know what reality is anymore. And he's probably, and I don't know how true this is, probably at the old,
I often say this to Ruth. Said maybe he believes all this stuff. Maybe he did not see what went on actually because there's something wrong with him. But he is the chief narcissist. He is a complete and utter dyed-in-the-wool narcissist. Everything is about him. And last week when he issued the statement, which we, the press, are guilty of reporting and accepting, where he said, I have decided to step back. I mean, honestly.
Exactly. He didn't decide to step back. He knew as well. Now, I quite like Dan Wootton. I know a lot of you don't like Dan Wootton. Okay, you don't like Dan Wootton, but he did know in 2019, and there's a lot of people having a go about this, and they had a lot of lawyers on these people. So, do we really want to blame Eamonn and Dan? Because people have really jumped on them on Twitter for knowing and not doing anything. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on Dan. He did know. He has hinted on this on GB News many times before. And he did go to the bosses, and he was basically, like Eamonn, threatened with lawyers, and they never worked at ITV again. So it's one of these Marmite people. I quite like him. He says it like it is, and he's not woke, which is good.
Honestly, it makes me laugh, and people report that Phillip Schofield has decided to step back, like heck he has. And then Holly Willoughby responds with, the couch will seem so empty without him. Well, she should be dancing on the couch because that's what she was looking for forever. So Do these people take the public for fools? Answer, yes, they do. And I understand that by me speaking out, a lot of people don't like it, because a lot of people remember them both as child TV presenters, and they grew up with them. And people, quite honestly, can't handle the truth. All I'm here to do
Can't handle the
is
truth.
to speak for people who hadn't got a
That
voice,
movie,
people
innit?
who were gagged either legally or by actions that were taken within the production team. And I'm speaking up on behalf of them. Dan, my phone is overflowing with texts and messages of people, of people who are saying, well done, Eamonn, well for speaking, people who worked on the program. And I phone them back and I say, but it's not me that people want to hear from, because it looks like people try and make out, you're bitter, you were complicit, you knew this, you knew that, why didn't you do something? I didn't know anything. I heard some rumors. Where were you going to go to with these rumors? Who? You know, everyone was team Philip and Holly, and they were there together, they were seen together, they were the brand. And let's all remember, and anybody can check this up, the figures on This Morning do not change no matter who presents the program.
Sometimes they were even higher on a
Sometimes with a certain husband and wife.
I just want to get to the bit where
I'm
not going to put the whole thing on.
That young man was, in inverted commas, promoted. He didn't seek promotion. Didn't ask for
this
promotion.
Bit's important.
Promotion, I hadn't ever heard, and I'd like ITV to produce the records where people were promoted from This Morning to another program, because it would have been a very rare occurrence if it happened. So he was promoted against his will onto another program, Loose Women.
Exactly. So when that happened, and that happened in 2018, what did you know about this young man? Because he was there.
So that would have been a year after Dr. Ranj did that comment, okay? So I'm not going to play all the interview. We're going to pick some bits out. And I want to hear this bit now about him getting through the money, because this doesn't make any sense. I want to hear it again, okay? Holly's husband is abroad. He's one to watch him.
A lot. He's been pictured on the sofa as a very young teenager sitting in between Holly Willoughby and Phillip Schofield. And then I remember working at ITV Daytime, and he was a non-negotiable part of Philip's life. Sometimes there would even be taxis ferrying this young man between the studio and Philip's house. So what did you know about him before he was moved on to Loose Women?
I didn't know, but I've subsequently found out from a very, very good source, because he would arrive much earlier in the morning than I would for the program, that he was delivered from Philip's London home, usually on a Friday morning, because Thursday was playtime when he and Philip would hit the time. And then he obviously stayed overnight, and there are records to show that he was brought in the next day separately.
In cars paid for by ITV.
In cars paid for by ITV.
So the management would have had to have known about that,
unless Philip paid the bill separately, but it would still have to go through the accounts office that they would have seen that and known that. And this lad, lovely fella, really good, talented fella.
Right, so we're going to hear this bit now. So listen up for this bit. Listen, if you haven't heard this, you need to turn the sound up, because this bit does not make any sense yet. If you're enjoying the content, please like the live stream. If you don't like it, just dislike it. Just let us know. It helps the algorithms. Yeah. Okay.
Looked after him. He never once talked to us about any relationship, but we knew he was in a bad way. He was in a bad way, fragilely.
Is this once he'd been moved to Loose Women?
No, before that. And
so not just when he got moved to Loose Women was he bad fragilely. He was very fragile before he moved to Loose Women. Now, before he moved to Loose Women was when he was in the relationship with Phil. So why was he in such a bad way when he was, you know, Phil's PA, runner, whatever you want to call it, skivvy, lapdog? Why was he in such a bad way?
He seemed to go through a lot of money in his life.
Didn't make any sense. He went through a lot of money in his life. That doesn't make any sense, does it? And we know that he comes from Lancashire, and he moved down to London. Now, we have had some information. She knew, Willow Tree, in my opinion. We've had some information today. Maybe she is, James, that Matthew is a twin. Now, he did say on one of his Twitter pages, we've seen that he is a twin, and he has a twin sister. Matthew McGreevy does, and I'm hoping that she's supporting him, but he does have a lot of siblings. So it is coded talk, definitely. So it's everything that we're seeing is in the public domain, and he does have a lot of siblings. So he does have a family, which is something. My worry was he was like an orphan and he's come through a children's home and they've taken advantage of him. That was my concern. But we are looking at to see what family he's got, and he does have family. Again, this is all in the public domain. Before people start screaming, you shouldn't be looking at that. No one's contacting anybody. We just wanted to see, and he does have. So we've got genealogists on the channel that are really good at this sort of stuff, and he does have family, which is good. Good.
We would use him for other jobs and help him, and he was always very, very reliable. But he needed a lot of money in his life for whatever reason.
And so
he needed a lot of money. He went through a lot of money. We gave him other jobs. Like, what jobs could Eamonn and Ruth give this guy? So surely they're not an employer. They're freelance who are doing work at This Morning, ITV. So surely if for them to give him jobs, that's got to be like, what, stuff around the house? Because at the end of the day, how can Eamonn and Ruth give this guy jobs? That doesn't make any sense. They work at This Morning. So he got through a lot of money. What does that mean? Hello, everybody. Doesn't make any. I was thinking drugs, right? But he's reliable. He's always on time. He was on camera. He seemed confident. He didn't seem, you know, as you'd expect someone to be off the face on coke. They didn't seem like that. It doesn't make any sense. So my instant thought was, is this drugs? Now, if it's not drugs, why would he be going through a lot of money? And he always needed money. It's a really bizarre comment. I agree. I think that Eamonn is speaking in some kind of code here.
Then he has moved to Loose Women amid some sort of fallout with Phillip Schofield. What did you know about it before that night at the National Television Awards, where it seemed to burst into
the only thing I ever knew was that, oh, they're very close. Oh, Phillip's his boyfriend, whatever. The lad would never admit anything like that to us. We never overly asked him. But what I do know is he would particularly seek comfort. You know, he would phone often. I remember my 60th birthday, and I was in Belfast. And he phoned Ruth, and Ruth handed the phone to me. And he was very close to Ruth, and we never intruded into what.
He did say that, Terry. He said the guy went through a lot of money. The guy went through a lot of money. He always needed a lot of money, so we used to give him odd jobs. That's what he just said.
Was when we just asked him if he was okay, if he needed help, if he needed support, and we were there if he wanted that.
Maybe
but he just felt very alone, and that no one was looking after him, really. But what he really was saying was that there was press attention and pressure on him.
Yes. And one of the problems, and I think a lot of people don't know this, is that this colleague at that point was a straight man as well, which was a complicated factor in terms of he hadn't opened up to people in his own life about his sexuality, which made it particularly difficult for him.
Well, again, it's so confusing. I don't know if he was straight, if he was gay, what was going on. No one knew if Phillip was straight or gay. We just knew that he was married. But what was happened is that everything at ITV was geared towards making Phillip.
Hello, Sid. I need to speak to you guys about that as well. I'll speak to you after about what people are saying in chat about a certain YouTuber. So are you picking? I don't want to show it all because it's not my content, and I'm just using it under fair use for commentary. But are you picking up here that Eamonn knew more. Because it does seem that way. Oh, thank you so much for the donation. Saltness Monster. Oh, thank you. At Christmas. Thank you. Thank you.
Philip and Holly happy.
Yeah.
So no one else counted.
Okay.
No one else counted. And you know, I could read you various things from people, and you know what they say about things. Someone sent me this message last night. Hello, Eamonn. I hope you and Ruth are well. Just wanted to tell you that the whole Phillip Schofield scandal has actually given many This Morning staff the courage to finally speak out. I left this morning with a payout, and I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement
That was
to cover up the bullying and power abuse. All these years later, and she states how many years these are, I now feel I have the courage to talk about this, and it appears I'm not alone. And so the story goes on and on and on. And they also say, so many of us comment that working on a Friday show with you and Ruth was so different than during the week. And you were always there for help and advice. So we were there for help and advice. And that's what we did, because we were real and we weren't looking for anything in return. And we were there to educate and show people how to.
So I'm going to go forward a little bit. I think that Eamonn is definitely trying to tell us something. Whatever happened to Richard and Judy? Like, Richard and Judy, I think, were taken off too soon. Yeah, they're getting a bit older now. I don't know why slow mode's are over 45. Thank you, Jane. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Just to catch a little bit more, and then I want to listen to a little bit of part 2. Sorry, I've got a very bad back. Very, very, very bad back. So that's why I keep moving around in case I think I'm on camera still. So
baton over, as the executive called it, and for the protection of the young man.
Absolutely. And I was told that I was spreading malicious gossip, and that was the statement in which they gave me.
Well, I was told that there was a thorough investigation after that, which involved the following. Philip, are you having a relationship with this guy? Nope. Hello, this guy. Are you having a relationship with Philip? Nope. Investigation over.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've just said. Investigation over. It's all done. It's like, I said this to my husband the other day. It's like if I catch my little boy with paint on his hands and there's all paint smeared all over my bathroom wall, and I say, "Did you do that?" "No, I didn't do that." "Oh, okay. Investigation over." You know, you couldn't make this shit up, folks. You really couldn't. There's a few people mentioning Rylan Clark. Now, he was on X Factor, if I remember rightly. I know, back in the day. And he used to work on This Morning as well. Do you remember he used to cover? And then something happened between him and Phil. I don't know what. And all of a sudden, Rylan disappeared. And it was in the newspapers that he's leaving This Morning abruptly. And then he would occasionally appear on a Friday when Philip wasn't there. I think there's something went on there as well with Rylan.
2 questions. That's how we believe it was. But yet, there was an overriding more than suspicion that there was something going on. And to protect our brand and to protect our advertising and protect our Philip, let's just move this guy out of here. Let's promote.
You're told by ITV that you're out and that you're going to lose that Friday segment. So what happened?
Without warning.
And do you think Philip was involved in that decision?
I don't know.
Yeah, he was. You're right. I'm in the middle of a live stream. Thanks.
I was just asking if you wanted.
It's all right. If my husband's just come in and says, "Do you want a cup of tea?"
Honestly, don't know. I'd be speculating there.
I think we all know.
In power and in abuse of power for so long. And if I'm guilty of anything, it's speaking up for all those researchers who you ignored, all those producers who you treated like dirt, all those people who are texting and phoning me and Dan Wooten and saying, we feel now empowered to come out and tell the public the truth. Because the truth is, the public can't handle the truth. The public don't want, they think you're a little broom cupboard person and they grew up with you and you're lovely and you're adorable and whatever. But you let your fame and your power corrupt you. And That's where we're at today. And if I'm guilty of anything, it's guilty of exposing you.
Do you fear?
Well said, Eamonn Holmes. Mic drop moment for Eamonn Holmes there. 1,000,000%. Well done, Eamonn. Well done. I just want to add something as well. Oh, God, I'm on camera. Hello, everybody, again. I just want to add something. This happened. Oh, oh, God. When did it with a bloody ad? Listen, I don't think I posted this at the time. So I'm just going to get this up for you. Hang on. Just to go back to this. Now, I don't know whether you guys missed this, right? But I think it was the same day when Phil admitted the affair. Okay, handbags at dawn, brilliant. And I've got messy hair, I've got crazy hair. I have been out. Crazy golf and bowling. If you look here, you should be able to see this on your screen. Rylan raises eyebrows with a cryptic post after Phillip Schofield quits ITV. Now, I don't know whether you guys missed this. Okay. Yeah, you can buy a carrot. Thank you, Jane. Or PayPal as well if you want to do it. You don't have to buy a carrot. Thank you, Jane, darling. Right. So, former This Morning entertainment correspondent, Rylan Clark, who was not a very good singer, took to social media. Sid, thank you. Took to social media after Phillip Schofield's bombshell statement. And this is bizarre. And I don't know what you guys think of this. And if you missed this, but it says the 34-year-old posted the photo to his Instagram story where he held up a peace sign and smiled for the camera. So I can show you this post now. So Ryan posted a selfie to his Instagram just after Phil quit. And in a statement on Friday, as we know, Phillip Schofield said he will not be presenting the Soap Awards and blah, blah, blah. That feels like weeks ago, and it was only Friday. It's crazy, isn't it? Ryan is no fool, says hello, Broadmarine, mate. So look at the smug face on him, and I think he's got some stories. Now, we know that Rylan is a gay man. Yeah. So if he would have known, because usually I think I can speak for most gay people here. If you're a gay guy, you can spot a gay guy. Is that right? Would we agree? That, yeah, he does look very happy there. So I'm guessing, Sid. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sid. Thank you. So, if he's gay, then surely he would have noticed that he was gay. Would you guys agree? I think so. So if he would have known, did these two have anything going on? We don't know. Rylan, speak out. Have your say, Rylan. I think that everyone needs to come forward now. But I do think something's gone on there. But I am going to say this, Dr. Ranj. Now, he has released a statement today following on from that photo. Thank you so much, Sid. I don't know whether you guys are aware, but the photo that we had with Dr. Ranj and Matthew, here we go, is a little tiny bit of Dr. Ranj.
Serums, they're slightly more expensive than the shampoos. Some of these coat the hair follicles, so therefore make the hair appear thicker, right? Which obviously will have an effect.
So for those of you that don't know who he is, this is him here. Now, I don't know whether this clip has got Matthew in it. I don't know. Probably not. Thank you, babe.
Whilst they may thicken your hair.
So anyway, here he is talking about hair products.
Now, the problem with these is that they will help if you're deficient in those vitamins. I mean, if you're not getting it through your diet, or if
so he's come out now. That photo that I put out, gosh, it was really early hours this morning. of him with Matthew in 2017, calling him a stud, this morning stud, and hashtag Blue Steel, which we now know is a Viagra. He's come out and made a statement, and I still believe that Dr. Ranj knew that was going to get out, that Twitter, what we've just seen. He knew it was going to get out, and he wanted to get ahead of that by going straight for ITV, because he knew that he could not let that get out. So former This Morning star Dr. Ranj Singh released a statement after the photo of himself with Phillip Schofield's ex-lover resurfaced. He's made himself look such a prat. The resident doctor worked on the ITV show alongside Phillip and Holly since 2016, but left over a year ago. I wonder why he left as well. This week, he revealed he had put in a formal complaint about an unnamed bully. Now, has he just put that in? Or did he put it in at the time? Because if he's all of a sudden, hello everybody coming in, if he's all of a sudden just put that complaint in, that is suspicious as hell. Amid the ongoing controversy surrounding claims that ITV bosses covered up Phillip's affair with a young showrunner while he was still married, Dr. Ranj took to social media to blast the channel's toxic culture. However, following his claims over this culture, a 2017 photo of him posing with the exact runner that Phillip had previously had an affair with resurfaced. Now, everybody has said that everybody knew that these two were having an affair, right? Everybody knew. So if he was there and everybody knew that he was gay, and you're calling him hashtag Blue Steel, which is apparently a herb, Viagra herb, and at Gay Times Mag, and calling him the This Morning stud, I would pretty much say that he knows what's going on. Yeah, he's a paediatric doctor and he's on CBeebies. Do you remember him, AI? He's that stupid singing. It's just disgusting. Like, how much more is there? So Dr. Ranj today defended himself and issued a statement on the selfie. The caption called the showrunner, the resident this morning stud, something he has clarified as a joke. Yes, of course. Yes. It's sad that there are people out there trying to cause damage and insinuate things from a harmless picture. So here are the facts. Phil's ex and I worked together at This Morning. He was 21 when we took this picture at the studio. And it was obviously taken as a joke. Over the weekend, Dr. Ranj took to social media to explain he had been increasingly worried about how things were behind the scenes and how individuals are being treated on This Morning. He said he didn't know the truth about what was going on with Phillip, but I do know the issues with This Morning go far beyond him. It takes more than one person to create a culture. I'm sorry, Dr. Ranj, but there's something, I don't know what it is. And I can only speak. Oh, thank you so much for his speech. I can only speak as I find. Don't know. Yeah, it's always the children, isn't it? If you notice, they're always around the kids all the time. And the BBC. Always the BBC. He's on CBeebies. Well, he used to be, and I'm presuming he still is, because they just keep repeating the same stuff over and over and over again. It just seems to be an ongoing thing, you know, the BBC. Then now they're going to ITV and so on and so on. And I'm aware that I'm on camera now. Oh my God, it's getting really dark now. My nails are starting to glow. So for those people that are just coming in, the breaking news tonight was that, hang on, let's get this up. Blue Steel is a pose like, you see, I've been told now there is several things that this Blue Steel means. So does anybody know exactly what it means? Like, what is it? I know we're here. What would it mean in a gay term? Reference to the pose done by Ben Stiller's character in the films Zoolander. I get bad vibes from Dr. Ranj, say Un. Anybody else get bad vibes from old Dr. Ranj? So does everybody get this heart option, or is it just YouTube Premium people? I'm obsessed with it. I love it. It's dead cool. They match your hair. Well, I can't keep them. They'll need to come off. They're my nails. They're not fake. Yes, bad vibes. Yes, so it's not just me then. Hello, Dr. West. I'm waiting for Dr. Raj to come in. Like we usually get, yes, vibes not good. Don't step on my blue suede shoes. It tickles me when I get trolls coming. It just really tickles me when they come in as the same people. Okay, so now another breaking news story tonight before we go, because I will be going shortly. So does everybody have the heart? Just say hello, Maria. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry I missed you all coming in. It's been a bit crazy. Let me know if everyone sees the hearts. Thank you, Jane. So ITV instructs a barrister to review facts. Hello, AK, sweetie. Phillip Schofield, the ITV has now got a barrister to review the facts, so that they are getting really, really worried. Chief Executive Caroline McCall says there have been a lot of inaccuracy in reporting. This is definitely getting at. And I sent one. Is anybody not on premium on YouTube and can see the hearts? Just wondered, because is it for everyone? Johnny Not Powell, Dr. Ranj Singh, pediatric emergency medicine. What medicine is that then? Puberty blockers. You don't know, do you? You just don't know. Okay, so Phillip Schofield could be interviewed by a leading barrister about his relationship with. They're preparing him. They are preparing him for court because I have it. Okay, thank you, Kathy. Thank you. After Younger College ITV launched an investigation. So ITV Chief Executive Caroline McCall said the company had been badly let down by Schofield, who had repeatedly lied to his employer about the workplace relationship. She said the extent of his deception meant it was necessary to have an independent review. Now, we know about the independent review, but all of this has come about because Parliament, the MPs, want to scrutinise ITV about the whole handling of the affair, not actually the affair, but the whole thing. And they are going to be hauled before this chair select committee and of MPs, and we are technically under oath. They are technically going to have to say the truth. You know, they made Boris Johnson swear on a Bible when he was before them with a COVID inquiry. So it goes on. Sources at ITV suggest the barrister would seek to interview Schofield and the much younger employee. Those who raise concerns about the workplace are like Dr. Ranj and I'm guessing Eamonn, but I don't think he'll play ball. I don't blame him either. At the time, and other interested parties. She will also be allowed to review employment records and internal HR documents, with a review expected to take months. Now, this is why they want this barrister to come in, because they know that when this goes in front of the MPs, they can't bullshit the MPs. They can't just say, we didn't know nothing, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be a different ball game. You're not going to be able to just blag your way out of it like the way you could just hire a spin doctor, for example, to blag your way out of what they're doing now. It's not going to disappear like that. Thank you, people with the hearts. So Wiki's being updated constantly. Wikipedia 5 hours ago. Let's just see if old Scofie is still on Instagram, because he was still on there yesterday. Here he is. Nothing beats kindness. It sits quietly beyond all things. So has he done? I don't really use Instagram that much. Just going to see whether he's done any recent posts. Reels. I'm not very good at this. Tagged. I'm not. Oh shit! I'm not down with the kids, obviously. Password was incorrect. Oh, piss off. I don't want to log in. Can they not just like see his stuff without? This was 3 weeks ago, so this looks like it was the last time we've seen him. So it looks to me like he's getting, his story's gone. So it was like just yesterday he was coming out and trying to have a dig at Eamonn Holmes. Like, how arrogant is this man? He makes me feel sick. I cannot stand him. So there we go. We've bought tonight's news. He's going, well, not him personally, but ITV are to go before the select committee of MPs. That is happening. ITV have launched an external review. They've hired a barrister. Matthew McGreevy has now come out and spoke out finally and said, I'm just going to go through that bit again because that was right at the beginning and we might have had people miss it. And we've also just found out that tonight at 10 o'clock on GB News, Kerry Katona is going to be interviewed by Dan Wootton and she's going to reveal all about Phillip Schofield. It's getting a bit dark now, isn't it? Tuesday is about the digital media bill. It's not about Schofield. Yeah, let's not forget that when they say, look over here, there's usually something else going on. Okay. Now, we know that the WHO treaty bill is coming through. I know, but I've been out today, so I've got messy hair. Yeah, she will, I reckon. Let's not forget that the WHO treaty bill's going through, and we've also got the online safety bill that was called the online harms bill. So they are trying to get other stuff going through. Now, this is got Jodie Marsh now hits out at Phillip Schofield. Remember her? They're all lining up now. So the 44-year-old ex-glamour model was appearing on the ITV daytime show in 2016 to discuss her decision to freeze her eggs in the hopes of having children in the future. She stepped down from a hosting role after 20 years. Phillip did. It turned the whole interview into being about her sex life as she branded the TV pair as vile and rude. So Jodie Marsh has now come forward and said how utterly disgusting they are. She was on Talk TV. So it's all go. This story is constantly evolving. That's why I've been going live every night to bring you guys the latest. Now, a lot of you haven't had a chance to catch up on the news. A lot of the stuff that I bring you hasn't even got into the mainstream media yet. So rather than you come home and having to go through everything, I'm just bringing all what's happened that day, collating it all and bringing it to you in a live stream. And I appreciate everyone that's here. Okay, so this is the what I started with tonight that a lot of you missed. Exclusive: Phillip Schofield, gay lover, breaks silence over affair. So Matthew McGreevy has come out tonight and broke his silence. And this is concerning, guys. Despite claims that he was groomed, a representative for Mr. McGreevy, which we don't know who the representative is, but it could be Ruth, told Politicalite last night that he has never wanted his relationship with Mr. Schofield to be made public. He says he has long idolised and cared for him. Matthew was clearly groomed, guys. He is still saying that he has long idolised him. So he still idolises him and he still cares about him. And he goes on, contrary to some rumours, he never threatened to sell his story to the media or anyone else and has kept the relationship private. He does not want any harm to come to Mr. Schofield. Matthew, is it because you've signed your NDA, which ITV admitted yesterday that they forced Matthew to sign? That's what they said. So is it because of the NDA, or is it because you genuinely don't believe that you're still being groomed? Right, okay. Need to put the light on now. It's getting dark. Right, has anyone got any questions? Any questions or anything for me? Anything? Do you know what I reckon? Free speech. I think that the guy is completely brainwashed. Oh shit! He's got Stockholm syndrome. That's what I reckon. Now, this is how sick this is. Matthew is younger than Phillip Schofield's 2 daughters. Oh my God, really? That's a good question. Did you know Kevin Spacey? That's a very good question. Anyway, I'm not going on camera. That's insane. That is so sick. Right, okay, so I'm going to wrap this up now. I've been going for like over an hour and a half. As I say, I've been out all day. I wasn't going to go live tonight, but because there was more and more things coming out throughout the day, we had the Parliament and all that, and I was like, do you know what? Sod it. I'll get home, I'll get a few things done, and we'll go live. So what we're doing tomorrow night, I may or may not. Okay, is there a grooming low? I don't think there is, and I think if the public knew what really goes on, you will make you ill. Now, many of you know, right? Many of you will be aware that I've been covering this sort of stuff for years. There is so much sickness going on. Okay, there is so much that we don't know about. And I've been trying to this for ages. Yeah, we've had a lovely day out. If you're a channel member, you get exclusive. So I've been putting some pictures up and so on of me and Jack. And we've been out today with friends. We're going out on Friday with friends. We're going over to drive a proper quad with petrol and everything. Not like a little one. So we'll be having a good time on Friday. Did Phillip Schofield be on the plane? Was he on the plane? Did he go to the old island? We can't name him. Eggstain. Oh God. I'm sorry, right? If you're offended by me saying, oh my God, then look, I don't deal with snowflakes, okay? If that offends you, I suggest you just don't be here. I am not going to be told by the thought police what I can and can't say on my own channel. Okay? If that's disrespectful, then I'm afraid that it's not your channel for you. Okay? It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yes, he was. Anyone, Simon Schofield, it's coming through all the time. My part 4 is going to be on the Two-Faced Theatre Company. Okay. And apparently this started. Now, the Two-Faced Theatre Company started before that, but then they must have had like franchises going, and Simon owned that franchise. The stuff that the average person couldn't quote you right. It's just it's totally insane. But the Two-Faced Theatre Company, some of the things that I'm seeing is concerning. And it will all be in a video, but I haven't had a chance to get it together. Now, just to say as well, I believe in God. Okay, I believe in God. Excuse me. I'm a Christian, but I'm not a practicing Christian. And though I do believe in God and everything else, but I think when people say OMG, and if people are taking those words to heart, then it is extremely sensitive. You are clearly too sensitive to be on here. Okay, honestly, you couldn't make this shit up. You're the first person that has ever told me, you don't get abused, Richard. We love you, mate. It's a common phrase, and if you've got a problem with that, then I suggest you go and speak to the current English language, because a lot of people say, I've got loads of Christian friends, really, really strict Catholic, Christian, and they don't have a problem with it. So I'm sorry, but it's just a word, and God, it's just a saying. Okay, so OMG, honestly, you're the only person here who's got a problem with that, and you are clearly, if you're offended by words, then it's called snowflake. I'm just going to leave you with that. OMG. Yeah, it is dog back to front. Some are more hardcore than others. They are. They really, really are. Paul M, you're clearly a troll, or a very triggered person, or a triggered troll, or a troll that's triggered. I don't know what you are, but I'm not going to waste my energy on you. You are annoying as F. Okay, yeah. Wait till money starts with the F off. I believe in God, but I'm not practicing. Oh my fucking God, snowflakes. They are offended at absolutely everything. Thank you, Aunt Bod. Guys, thank you very much. If anything happens tomorrow, and I'll pop on, I'll also break down the interview with Kerry Katona. And then Friday, we've got our open panel night. Anyone can come on. It can be about absolutely anything. You can call in. We can have up to 11 people on chat and join us. I'm hoping people will be a bit. There you go, Erin. I love you more, Joanne. Hopefully a lot of you will call in and give us your thoughts. Maybe we'll get Paul M calling and tell me that I can't see OMG on my own stream. Maybe you'll stop being a tippy-tappy keyboard warrior, tapping away like, don't say that, I'm offended. And maybe you'll come and say it to me. Anyway, take care, everybody. Lots of love. Bye-bye.